Henge, hinge. 1. Take my hand, heathen. Lead me to where stone stands lonely, a hair's breadth away from stroking sky, our carved giant among the hilly green. Let our feet root firm as crawling grass, press a Celtic cross into each ready palm, an omen, nourishment, a spell, a dream, and with twinkling voices we'll bless the land, until Grey's tired sheep speak back in tongues. Abundance, abundance will surely come. Abundance will come for us all. 2. Sometimes history asks us to look beyond a quick hit of dopamine. Imagine now a clock reversing, men on horseback brandishing lances, their handshakes depicted in something other than grey-scaled paint. Imagine sitting in a flowing dress, a daisied crown placed on your head, feet in the river, hands on grass, witnessing the violence unfolding. 3. They placed their hearts into the stone, not as in myth, but anatomically. Extracted from the tight cage of their various bodies, they bored holes in rock, left themselves beating there, sky a water-heavy witness above them. It was just how they felt, they said, like they wanted to become bonded with pebble, shale, field and river, to wear nature inside their sleeves, to carve themselves into the books humans will pore through in 2,000 years. 4. We are the ones at the mossed edges. You don't know how many of us aren't there. We're not watching you spread a valley of rugs. We're not splitting the cakes from inside the box. We won't eat hills of curling sandwiches. And the truth is, we can't share stories in arenas whose slopes don't want us to enter. When artists scribe our Henge's new story, will there be an emptiness left to mark our absences? Or will even recent history forget those who couldn't find a way to be there? 5. A train line slices the country into fragments. We're all lonely stones built into hard brick houses, dreaming of congregation around mounded grass. You collect charmed air in kilner jars just for us to inhale later, river to drink from your cupped hands, mud to smear on our timid cheeks, pale, afraid of the sun. To measure what you are missing is impossible. You tell me someone in class calls King Arthur's table boring grass, and everyone laughs, but they too have forgotten how to steep themselves in history. I ask my roaming swallow what I would see. He tells me Henges lie empty now, at least most of the time, forgotten behind more modern dreams. 6. The boring field asks you to suspend your disbelief, asks you to dream yourself into an imagined timeline to where an old body that isn't yours. The boring field asks you to meet your ancestors there, to share the pebbles of your perpendicular lives. The boring field asks to be important again. The boring field is no longer featured in photographs unless the Frisians are grazing or someone is posing or dancing to the music in the air. The boring field is no longer filled with daffodils, wildflowers or footsteps. The ground remembers with a ferocity when the sky wasn't his only companion. The ground remembers how history was written on his banks. The ground remembers what we refuse to acknowledge, remembers what we don't. 7. If you can't get the car to start, if you can't oil your feet to walk, if you can't leave the trap of your bed, if you can't step through the gate, if you can't unfurl wings to fly there instead, if you can't flatten the time-created ground, if you can't push the boundaries of your mind, if you can't charter a boat of the right size, if you can't remove children from the hem of your dress, or can't pack them into carriers, find ways to entertain them that don't hurt, if you can't risk hunger or thirst, if you can't get exhaustion to relinquish your enthusiasm, if you can't see past the weary clouds in your head, if you can't afford to buy the correct coat, if you refuse to own the hardy type of boot, if you can't remember how stemmed grass feels on bared feet, so you're no longer nagged relentlessly to feel something beyond artificial tarmacked streets, where everything is behind a window waiting for a sale, then you'll just have to enjoy this through a screen. I'm not sure we can enjoy this through a screen.